Good. Oh my God, it's not food for thought Thursdays anymore. Where did I put? Ah, there it is. Never mind. Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Coffee and Headlines, our morning get together live here on Facebook, where we examine headlines from our city, our state, our country. We take a look at your comments, ideas, and suggestions to come up with a great life, a nurturing life, a connected and engaged life here in Puerto Vallarta. As a community of English speaking locals, my name is Paco. If you are new, please let us know that you're new. You can do that by writing the word new in your comments and we will give you a proper welcome. Today is Friday, July 4th, July 2nd. Oh no, not July 4th just yet, but it is Friday. It's the end of the week. Yesterday, we had a brand new experience that we're going to get to comment later on in the show, but but I will acknowledge this immediately because Claude, who is a member of our cluster, who's been away in Canada with his husband Lucas, I miss you very, very, very much. It's so nice that even though you're away, you take time to check in with us and continue to be part of a day-to-day that we have here in Puerto Vallarta. Today, we have sobering news about COVID. We have a restaurant that caught fire. We have vaccination announcements for pregnant women. We have the return of sea turtles. We have a little bit of everything. So stay comfortable. Grab your favorite beverage. Let's go through the news. Let's go through the weather. And we'll go through our usual chit-chat in the second half of the broadcast. If you have something important to share, please add a letter Q to the beginning of your comment so that we will do our best possible effort to not miss it during the broadcast. And if not, we will address it afterwards. So let's get going. Well, as I mentioned yesterday, the Jalisco health authorities are already anticipating a third wave of COVID cases to hit our state between July and August, according to Health Secretary Fernando Peterson. He explained that whereas there is an increasing amount of the population in the state that is already vaccinated, the risk will continue until 70% or at least 70% of the population is vaccinated. At present time, only 15% of the state's population has received a complete vaccine treatment, whereas between 20 and 25% have only received one dose. So clearly, we have a way to go. There are still no announcements for second vaccines for folks in their 40s and 50s, or the first vaccine for folks in their 30s, which was announced to take place during this month, although we will make an announcement for pregnant women momentarily. In Puerto Vallarta, it has been reported that COVID-19 related hospitalizations have increased by 30% in the last 3 weeks, a time period that is closely tied to the reopening of schools, if you ask me, but I'm just speculating here. This is just something that crossed my mind earlier today. Interim Mayor Jorge Quintero ordered municipal tourism and licensing authorities, or reglamentos as we know them locally, to intensify their inspection measures and called for the population to continue following all the sanitary guidelines, which we have repeated ad nauseum and we will continue to repeat because we care. Wear your face mask. Wear your face mask. Wear your face mask. Maintain distance from other people. Stay at home if you don't need to go out. Be respectful of others, but find courteous way to encourage your friends and loved ones to do what we all need to do to make sure that we don't go into a third wave, and take care of yourselves. Take care of yourselves and take care of everybody around you. Moving right along with more headlines, as I mentioned a second ago, yesterday afternoon, we learned that the second COVID-19 Sinovac vaccine dose is available for pregnant women today and tomorrow at the Naval Hospital. Only Sinovac. So if you were hoping to sneak in and get your second dose of something else that you had already gotten, that's not going to work. There are, again, no notices yet about any other vaccination campaigns at present time. Now, this is what happens when you don't keep your kitchen range hood properly cleaned. The one at the Cántaro restaurant in Basilio Badillo Street yesterday caught fire around 7 p.m. Fortunately, the firemen were able to control the fire and nobody was hurt, but they did confirm that the fire happened because the hood was full of greasy stuff and things that can easily catch fire if you don't clean them properly. Here's that part in our broadcast where I wonder, okay, should I err on the empathy side and just say it's a good thing that nobody got hurt, or should I make a joke of well done steak? So I'm not going to do either. So never mind. Let us switch over to the weather and take it from there. A well done steak. It's 25 degrees. It's cool. I mean, for Vallarta standards, it's 25 degrees, feels like 29. Humidity is very high, 100% humidity. Who wanted rain? You got rain. We got rain. In fact, I woke up this morning and I would not have been able to walk around my block without getting my feet in water because all the streets surrounding my block are a river. And that's the way it is here in Puerto Vallarta this time of year. And let me see. Oh, I see a question, but I'm going to resist it. Hold on, Brian. I'll get back to you in a second. 25 degrees feels like 29, 77 degrees Fahrenheit. There is a 49% chance of precipitation. It's raining as I speak. And we can call for rain and humidity during the day today, a high temperature of 29, low temperature of 25. Tomorrow, Saturday, we can expect rain in the evening with a high temperature of 31 and a low temperature of 24. And Sunday, we are going to have a humid and partly cloudy day with a high temperature of 31 and a low temperature of 24. And that is our weather forecast. Now, you could not have possibly heard this, but while I was giving you the weather forecast, Luna started meowing. You see, her new strategy is she will sit on the bed and she will meow until I get close to the bedroom. And once I get close to the bedroom, she curls on her side as in, come here, come back to bed. But no, we have news to share. So let us continue with our leisurely news, and then we will proceed to our conversation section of the broadcast. But first, no, I didn't mean to do that. What I mean to do is push the other button, which is the one that shows me this other headline. Walmart walked back its decision to eliminate senior grocery baggers after the National Institute for Senior Citizens and the Federal Secretary of Economic Development knocked on their door. Go seniors, yay! Walmart shoppers, of course, that don't want their goodies touched can always say no gracias with a big smile when a senior bagger approaches. But I am so very, very happy to see that seniors are back in local supermarkets. Sea turtle hatching season began officially yesterday here in Puerto Vallarta, as announced by municipality and by the municipality on their Facebook page. And interim mayor Quintero attended a symbolic ceremony in which some of the first turtle eggs to be buried in the sand by migrating sea turtles were cataloged and protected. Now, if this whole business of sea turtles is a new business for you because you became locals recently, let me tell you, you are not a Puerto Vallarta local, as far as I'm concerned, until you have released a turtle hatchling back to the ocean. It's an extremely beautiful experience. It will touch your soul more than you even think it will when you have the opportunity to to help in this ritual that turtles have been following for thousands of years of coming to our waters during this time of year, burying their eggs in the sand, and then having them released. What happens in Puerto Vallarta, just in case you're a total newbie, and that's okay, is there are turtle camps located throughout the whole bay. Many of them are sponsored by local hotels where when a turtle is sighted, the eggs are removed from her burying site. They are protected. They are cataloged because they always hatch at the same after a specific number of days. So researchers keep an eye on this, and when small turtles begin hatching, they are helped back into the ocean by volunteers like you and I to prevent seagulls and other birds from eating them as they're trying to go back to the ocean. This experience you have to have. Kathleen, I'm seeing here that you have not released a sea turtle yet. Being such a spiritual being as you are, I tell you, it will nurture you beyond belief. And I really, really wish that experience for you and anybody else that has not had it just yet. Yesterday, listen to me. Yesterday, I read about a new ecotourism ranch in Bahia de Banderas called Planeta Cacao. This is a new project, or at least it's new to me, by two local women, Laura Aguilar, who is an academic and researcher from the Guadalajara University, and Guillermina Ibarra, who has worked in tourism for many years following the steps of her father. Planeta Cacao offers visitors an opportunity to learn about the history, biology, and harvesting of cocoa beans and the production of chocolate. This sounds like a lot of fun, no? I will leave you with their Facebook page. I know that it is somewhere in Banderas Bay, so it's not in Guadalajara, in Puerto Vallarta proper, but it is in one of the towns in Nuevo Vallarta. I will leave you with their Facebook page if you wish to explore this further. And if you have already visited Planeta Cacao, feel free to let us know how it went in your comments, because again, I'd never heard of them, and this sounds like a lot of fun. Also, yesterday, as I was walking home after a lunch date, I stopped by the new Capital Sushi in Parota Center, across from the Los Mangos Public Library. They opened less than 2 or 3 weeks ago, I think, and I did not stay to eat. Obviously, I had just eaten, but I wanted to take a couple of photographs, and I was able to confirm something that I had heard through the grapevine, that they are running a special 2-for-1 promotion in all of their sushi rolls. I have it here. Yay! And they don't have a specific end for their promotion, so I'd suggest you check it out as soon as you can. I'm not going to go through the menu right now, but they seem to have all kinds of wonderful things. So if you are a sushi lover, this is the time to do it. 2-for-1 sushi, I tell you, this is the way to go. So now that we're done with all our news, let me start by thanking you for yesterday. Yesterday was heavenly for me, because you reminded me of what a wonderful force and increasingly noticeable community of English speaking locals you are. You are committed to the destination, you are lively, you are curious, you participate, you engage, you want better for yourselves, you want better for the destination. And for me, being a Mexican national who was fortunate enough to learn your language at a very early age, I will always consider myself honored and grateful to be included in your community. Yesterday was a very insightful day for me, and I certainly hope that some of the people that are engaged in our town in producing live theater or would like to become engaged in this activity will pay attention. You know, there will always be all kinds of goodies available for tourists that visit us. But English speaking locals, we are here. We are growing in numbers, we are growing louder in voice, and it is a pleasure to be part of your community. That said, it is a pleasure to see you all saying good morning today, as usual. A lot of you are reporting rain, like Kathleen and Sly. And even Jennifer is reporting rain from Boston. Fair enough. Um, we not only had like kitchen hood fires, apparently we had refrigerator and dishwasher deaths. My condolences then. I hope you have a Costco near you and you have to do what you have to do. Uh, Rivets running in Punta Negra. Thank you very much for the report, Luis. I woke up at about 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning and it was raining. I went back to sleep, woke up this morning and it was still raining. So lots of rain, lots of rain. I hope there were no accidents in the city and I hope our hills continue to blossom as they have. Let's see what else we have. Paula couldn't get a reminder on Facebook today. Must be the heat. I hope that's all it was. Hola Paco from San Francisco, California, says Brian James. Has the minimum age requirement for vaccinations been lowered below 40 years? I am reading you ask if the vaccines are now available for people that are under 40 years of age. The answer to that, Brian, well, first of all, thank you for the question. They have announced that vaccination for folks in their 30s will take place during this month. However, we don't have a specific date. Right now, at present time, we're waiting to hear from first vaccine for folks in their 30s, second vaccine for folks in their 40s, and second vaccine for folks in their 50s. Obviously, whenever the 40s and 50s are announced, those are also opportunities for people in higher decades or seniors to go back and get vaccinated should they have missed previous opportunities. So that's where we stand right now, Brian. We continue to sit waiting patiently with fingers crossed, so that we can get our vaccines. But trust me, this is information that is very, very important to us here at Coffee and Headlines. So we will continue to keep our eyes wide open. I invite you to keep watching and keep enjoying the broadcasts moving forward. Let's see. Hooray for seniors. Absolutely. Yay for seniors. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, great suggestion from Claude. If you don't want them to pack your bags, you can still give them a tip. Seniors are working as volunteers in our supermarkets. Please don't ever forget that. Yay baggers, says Gary. I so very much enjoy the fact of, I also enjoy conversing with them. I always ask them, how are you doing? Thank you for being here, etc., etc. When they are seniors, it means a lot to me. Don't ask me why. Release a turtle on my bucket list. Thank you. Yes, so important. You are going to love the experience. It sounds like a no biggie, but when you get there and you hold these little baby turtles and you put in your mind the context of what you're doing and that you're giving back to Mother Nature, wow, it is humbling. It is humbling. And I'm glad to see that some of you are either privileged to have had the experience before and some of you are adding it to your bucket list. 241 Sushi, Mihal, I just wish you were here so we could go together. Kathleen, if we didn't have a dinner date for today, I would suggest let's go to the sushi place, but we're dining together, aren't we? Sushi on sale. And Sean adds a nauseous look on his face. I don't see why. Well, maybe you don't like sushi, Sean, but sushi is a good thing, at least for me. Um, Went to the Greasy Gourmet restaurant, very fresh food, done air. Pizza was tasty. The Greasy Gourmet restaurant, Donair Pizza. They are in Cinco de Diciembre. Okay, so this is a different restaurant. I'm not familiar with this one, Dale, but thank you very much for the restaurant report. We love restaurant reports. Um, I think David is asking for the name of that restaurant as well because I was not clear on what the name was. I think it may be Donair Pizza, but I will look it up on Facebook just out of curiosity. Um, let's see what else. Very good place. Glad you stopped by. Interesting. Thank you very much for that, Michael. And I think we are at the end of the broadcast comments. I know there's more comments trickling in. Buddy says, missed the news yesterday. Well, yesterday we had no news. Yesterday we had a full length discussion. Excuse me, a full length discussion on live theater in Puerto Vallarta, not Broadway shows, not musicals, not tribute band shows, not musical acts or musicians on stage, just plays, whether they're funny plays, dramatic plays, classical plays, live theater on Puerto Vallarta. That was the focus of yesterday. We did some questions during the broadcast. I will add some comments to that. It was interesting, and for me, it was comforting to see that so many of you want either different or better or both than what is already available. This should open a few eyes for theater producers, hopefully. It was unfortunate that yesterday our bandwidth was not the best from Telmex, and we were not able to use the survey, the poll tool that Facebook Live offers so that we could actually get some percentages in answers. I quickly put together a survey. If you care to replicate your answers in a formal survey, you're welcome to do that. I'll put the link in the show notes. If not, I consider myself satisfied in having sent, thanks to your participation, a strong message about us locals wanting better and different stuff for ourselves. So I'm really, really excited about that. Dale has shared us with a link to the place of the restaurant. And apparently it's called Greasy Gourmet. Interesting. I've never heard of this, but thank you very much for the link. I'll be so very happy to check it out. And I'll add it to my list of places. Jill is also suggesting another place called El Patron by the stadium. Best sear tuna with balsamic vinaigrette with risotto. I think isn't that the seafood restaurant that's right on the corner? I think we talked about it the other day, and I haven't had a chance to enjoy it either. But it's great that there's all these wonderful places around town. Always something to explore, you know? We think we've seen it all, but no. I'm calling Mr. Slim again for you about the bad internet. Thank you very much, John. Right now, I'll have you know that we are sharing this time together thanks to my cell phone again. I didn't want to run the risk of having a bad broadcast today just because you deserve the best possible broadcast. Kathleen enjoyed the talk yesterday about English-speaking theater, very much inspirational. I think moving forward, we are going to have Food for Thought Thursdays every now and then, according to demand or according to your own suggestions. I think it would be interesting to deploy a survey ahead of time instead of, which was kind of my intention actually, instead of going through each and every one of the results on Food for Thought Thursday, we can just look at the graphs that result from a survey that was filled out prior to the broadcast date so that we can then comment on how we really feel about specific topics. So moving forward, if there are specific topics that are on your mind that you would like to be curious as to where everybody else stands in relationship to how you feel about something, that's what we're here for. And with that said, this was our broadcast for today. It's the beginning of the weekend. I hope you have great things planned for your weekend. I hope you will stay dry and stay safe and keep looking after yourselves and your loved ones, following our sanitary guidelines. It's the best thing we can do for ourselves and our loved ones. So stay kind, stay happy, stay healthy, stay in touch, and I will hopefully see you again soon. Have a great day.